Hi, Seva. How are
I mean,
you?
and you?
Fine, thank you. There are only you and I today.
Seems like.
Do they have any tests today or anything?
No, I finished all my tests last week.
Okay, so Diego is connecting now. At least we're gonna be three. Okay, guys. Okay, according to our course plan today, we were going to watch this video, but unfortunately, its Smithsonian channel canceled all the videos for Latin America, and I couldn't find it in YouTube. I couldn't find it in YouTube, so we're not going to watch this video today, and we're going to delete it. Yes, I'm going to delete this one. And we are going to continue with technology, the topic that we are learning these weeks. So last class, we began talking about technology for the students that were absent last class. We had some conversations about technology. First of all, we saw the definition, the use of scientific knowledge for practical purposes or applications, whether in industry or in our everyday lives. And then we had some conversation with the students. What springs to mind when you hear the word technology? Do you like using technology to learn? How has technology changed society? So we talked about this last class. Which things would you never let technology replace? What technology is dangerous? And then we talk about this guy that has a robot in his office, and we learn some vocabulary: program, assemble, remote control, operate. And we answered these questions, okay? We also heard about Robert Wood, who builds robots that can work together. And it really called our attention that the robots he makes are very small. Yes, that's why today I wanted to talk about the smallest airplanes, but we don't have the video available and I couldn't find it. So we are going to continue talking about technology, okay? We also talked and had this conversation about a smart air conditioner. We talked about Alexa. I remember that some students explained to me what it was. And today we are going to talk about driverless cars. Yes, the advantages and disadvantages of driverless cars. Driverless. Yes, less is a suffix. Yes, that you put normally after a word, and it means, of course, less. So driverless cars can operate without human input. Yes. And last class, I told Hans, I don't know if you remember, Hans, the word unmanned and manned. What was that for the students that were absent last class?
It was a word that you use when some device or an object, a bigger object, is without direct control, or it has not the presence of a person inside to control it. That's
Yes.
unmanned.
So in this case, driverless cars, right? That's unmanned because we don't have a driver inside. So it says here, read about how driverless cars work. Would you like a driverless car? Why or why not? Tell me, please. Would you like to have one of these, Sebastian?
No, yes, because I don't know how to drive yet. So it will be useful.
Oh, it would be useful because you still don't have a driver's license?
Nope, I don't.
And when are you going to have one? Do you need one?
I've for emergencies I want it, but coronavirus screwed that plan as well. So I will wait until next year
Okay,
to take
and
the cost.
who has a car in your house?
My mother.
Only your mother. So you have one car at
Mhm.
home. And who drives that car? Only your mother?
My mother and my uncle.
The two of them drive the car.
But we don't use it so much now because we have the metro station like 5 minutes from my apartment. So
5 minutes
most of
walking.
yeah, so it's really
Wow.
near.
What subway station do you have there?
Simón Bolívar.
Has it been vandalized?
No, Plaza Gaña was
Uh,
vandalized.
but not
Simón
yours.
Bolívar was
Uh-huh.
no, fortunately not.
Okay. Hans, do you drive?
Yes, sure. I drive my parents' car.
And are you using your car a lot these days?
Sometimes, yes. For example, when I have to um, go with my father to the drugstore to buy some pills for him. For
Mm-hmm.
him, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, in the old days, I drove a lot to the university when I
Mm-hmm.
was in a hurry or when I was late or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. But now I am mostly using bike. I have a bike which I use a lot to, to just move. But
And do you
as you may
where?
know, I try not to move that much. But yes, I use the car sometimes to go to
Mm-hmm.
the airport, things like that.
Of course, to go to the airport, it's really necessary. And tell me, do you have supermarkets, drugstores, banks, places near your home that you can go with your bicycle?
Yes, totally. I live in the uh, what's the word? Downtown. I live Santiago downtown, so everything is right next to me. So I have
Oh,
a leader supermarket 1 block away. Actually, half a block away. I can see it from my window. The closest pharmacy is at Alameda Street, and I am 2 blocks away from Alameda. So
so you live downtown, downtown.
yes, I live in the between Universidad de Chile subway station and Santa Lucia subway station.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, yes, it's practically everything is right next to me. The only things that I don't have are like the university or um yeah, just the university and the airport. That's the only parts. That's the only things that I don't have near. But
Mm-hmm.
everything is closer. It,
Oh,
it has
that's
it,
wonderful.
it has some disadvantages, but uh, it compensates one and another.
And what are the disadvantages of living downtown?
Well, now there are more and more new buses that are silent, but uh, there are still some buses that makes too much noise, and that's not quite good. For example, some disadvantages are that in my street, well, the street that I live, when there are protests in the Alameda, uh, the cops deviate the traffic and all of the traffic uh, goes through my street. So that makes a big traffic jam, and sometimes I literally cannot go outside my house by my car because the street is super crowded. So that's one disadvantage. The
Mm-hmm.
people you live kind of with too much people for me because I live in a condo with like 5 towers with a lot of departments and so there's a lot of people. As I said before, it has its pros and cons, but you can
Mm-hmm.
get used to it. I
Yeah,
mean,
of course, of course, of course. Yeah, I was born downtown. I was born on Moneda and I lived there, but I moved when I was only 2 years old. But my father still has a house there on Placer Street, downtown Santiago. So I like downtown. I like buildings. I have told you many times, I am a city girl. I love, concrete. Okay, Martina, do you drive a car? Martin Cofre, do you drive?
No, I don't. I am thinking to get a license, but in this time I can't do it. I can do it because I don't have a time for. I mean I have time, but don't necessary to focus on the other online course, because I know that some algunos lugares,
Some places.
no, algunas tiendas, no quiero decir eso. Some I know that the driving course online exists, but I don't describe it because I don't have money to.
Okay,
I didn't have money, and I focus now to finish the university. So
okay.
it is my goal.
My priority, yes. I didn't register.
My priority.
Yes, and I didn't register for a course. Register.
Yes.
I didn't register. Okay, yes. I understand. Okay, so we are going to listen, and it says here, read about how driverless cars work. Would you like a driverless cars? Why or why not? And here, this is exercise 9.4. Where is the exercise 9.4? I had it ready. The page stopped working. Diego, what are you doing that you are moving so much? Diego is not listening to us. Okay, so here we have please try to understand and take notes.
Driverless cars. Driverless cars can operate without human input. They use a variety of features to sense their surroundings. LiDAR takes a 360-degree picture of the car's surroundings using a roof-mounted sensor. Radar prevents accidents by detecting obstructions in the car's blind spots. Automated lane guidance recognizes lane markings and keeps the car centered in its lane. Stereo vision creates a real-time 3D image of the road ahead using 2 windshield-mounted cameras. An infrared camera extends vision at night using infrared headlamps.
Okay, I'm sorry, I told you to take notes, but it was not necessary because the information is here, I'm sorry. Okay, so we have a lot of vocabulary here. I would like to listen to this again.
Driverless cars. Driverless cars can operate without human input. They use a variety of features to sense their surroundings. LiDAR takes a 360-degree picture of the car's surroundings using a roof-mounted sensor. Radar prevents accidents by detecting obstructions in the car's blind spots. Automated lane guidance recognizes lane markings and keeps the car centered in its lane. Stereo vision creates a real-time 3D image of the road ahead using 2 windshield-mounted cameras. An infrared camera extends vision at night using infrared headlamps.
Okay, so we have here the information and you have it in your handouts. So LiDAR, what does it do? It says here, takes a 360-degree picture of the car's surroundings. You understand that word? Surroundings, please. Yes, the surroundings of the car using a roof. You know the roof mounted sensor. Yes, this is the sensor that it uses on the roof of the car. Then you have, what is the pronunciation of this word?
Automated.
Automated, or as Sebastian said in British English, Seba, can you say that again?
Automated.
Automated, and Diego, can you say that in American English?
Automated.
Yes, that's right. Automated or automated lane. Lane es donde va el auto encima. La línea, pero no se dice. How do you say in Spanish lane? La ruta. How do you say that in Spanish? Lane?
Carril.
El carril. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Yes. That's the lane. Huh? And now for you, Hans, and for the students that like bicycle, you have bicycle lanes. Yes. In modern cities, and well, cities that are trying to develop, like Santiago, there are many, many bicycle lanes. That's the pronunciation. It recognizes lane markings and keeps the cart centered in its lane. What is the pronunciation here? Centered. Repeat after me, centered. Yes?
Centered.
Right. Okay, then we have the radar. Can you read Felipe Gonzalez? Radar.
Read all of radar.
Radar prevents.
Radar prevents accident by detecting obstruction in the car's blind spots.
Yes, blind. You know blind? Blind. A blind person is a person that cannot see. Yes, so on the blind spots. That's what the radar do. It prevents accidents. Stereo vision. Stereo vision. What does it do? Can you read Camilo Galarce? Creates?
Create a real-time 3D image of the road ahead using two windshield-mounted cameras.
Yes, windshield.
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 Yes, what is windshield? Is this, you know? Windshield, parabrisas. Huh? So you have here mounted cameras. And then you have infrared camera. Please, Diego, extends.
Infrared camera extend vision at night using infrared headlamps.
Do you think a driverless car in Santiago would be possible someday? Do you think?
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, all the lanes.
Maybe not so crowded parts like downtown. Maybe not there. But streets where there are not much traffic jams could be possible.
Yeah. If we had a driverless car in Santiago, all the streets would be renovated. I mean, it's impossible for the city to have, you know, all of this technology with crazy streets, crazy people also that do not respect. So I agree with Seba that it would be a fantastic idea, but in wider avenues, wider streets, and also highways. Highways, perfect. What do you think?
I think it's possible, but I think everyone's need a driverless car because if there are so many imprudent drivers,
Careless.
So if you are in a
Careless drivers. Careless is much better.
careless drive. So if you are in a car, like other drivers could like how do you say crash you.
Crash. Yeah, yeah. And not only drivers but also pedestrians. You know pedestrians, Diego?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you learn here. Please incorporate these word surroundings. Automated or automated. Lane markings, lane. Windshield. And you have here blind spots, blind. And here you have infrared headlamps. We are going to listen to this conversation and circle the words, please. Felipe, can you read number 1, please, before we listen to the conversation?
According to Jason, driverless cars increase or reduce the likelihood of traffic jams.
What is likelihood? Likelihood. Can you give me a synonym of likelihood?
Possibility?
Very good. Or probability. I wrote it in the chat. The likelihood is the probability of traffic jams. It will increase or it will reduce. And then Elizabeth, please, Sebastián Vargas, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is worried that the software in driverless cars might fail or collect personal information.
Oh, that is incredible. Collect personal information. That would be really, really unfair and illegal, in my opinion. Okay, so let's listen to this. Please listen to the conversation.
Hey, Jason. What do you think of driverless cars?
I think they're a great idea, Elizabeth.
Really? Why?
I hate driving. It stresses me out. If I had a driverless car, I'd feel a lot more relaxed because I wouldn't have to worry about parking.
I guess that's true.
Also, if everyone had a driverless car, there'd be less traffic.
What do you mean?
Well, those cars have detection systems, so they can coordinate with each other and avoid creating traffic jams. We might not even need traffic lights in the future.
But have you considered the potential risks? If the software fails, it'll probably cause a car crash.
You know what, Elizabeth? I actually think there's a higher chance of human drivers becoming distracted and causing accidents. Let's face it, that happens all the time.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer to be in control of the car.
We are going to listen one more time, please.
Hey, Jason. What do you think of driverless cars?
I think they're a great idea, Elizabeth.
Really? Why?
I hate driving. It stresses me out. If I had a driverless car, I'd feel a lot more relaxed because I wouldn't have to worry about parking.
I guess that's true.
Also, if everyone had a driverless car, there'd be less traffic.
What do you mean?
Well, those cars have detection systems, so they can coordinate with each other and avoid creating traffic jams. We might not even need traffic lights in the future.
But have you considered the potential risks? If the software fails, it'll probably cause a car crash.
You know what, Elizabeth? I actually think there's a higher chance of human drivers becoming distracted and causing accidents. Let's face it, that happens all the time.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer to be in control of the car.
Okay, so what is, please, everybody open your microphones and free participation. What is the answer to number 1?
Use.
Reduce?
Reduce.
Yes,
Reduce.
that's right. Okay, very good. Can you read the complete sentence, please, Hans?
According to Jason, driverless cars will reduce the likelihood of traffic jams.
Very good. And the second answer, please?
Fail.
Fail.
Fail, right. Martin Cofre, can you read? Elizabeth?
Elizabeth is worried that the software in driverless cars might fail.
Might fail, might. Remember that might is future. Might fail. Okay, so in general terms, what do you think of Elizabeth's opinion and what does she prefer?
She prefers be.
Go ahead, Diego, please.
She prefers be under control of the car.
She prefers to have the control of the car or to be in control. Yes.
Controlling the car, yeah.
Why?
Because she thinks the software can fail.
Right. And do you agree with her, Diego?
Yeah, I agree, but just in some situations, you know, like you said, in the center of the city, in downtown, I'm not agree of having a driverless car for the same reason that you said before.
Yes, that's right. Remember, Diego, you say I don't agree. I don't agree.
I said I agree in some situations.
Okay. I heard I am agree. I heard, but I was wrong. Okay, I agree or I don't agree. Yes, that's right. So talking about conditions, guys, and now we are going to go directly into grammar. You have here examples with first, the first conditional, and second, the second conditional. Yes? The conditionals are used. The first conditional is conditional is used when the situations are real, when the situations are possible. Yes? And first, I didn't write correctly first. Okay, and the second conditional is used when the situations are imaginary and unreal. Yes, and the situations are unreal. So we are going to see here the examples that these books offers. Okay, we have here the examples.
If you keep your eyes on the road, you'll be less likely to have an accident.
If you like to be in control, you won't like driverless cars.
Do you think more people will buy driverless cars if they become more affordable?
If I had a driverless car, I'd save money on insurance.
I'd buy a driverless car if there was no risk of malfunction.
If you had a driverless car, would you feel safe?
Okay, so we saw this in the past some time ago, but we are going to practice this deeper, okay? So the first conditional is used with present tense, if you keep, if you like, do you think, and then future. You'll be less likely, you won't like, people will buy. So it's present plus future or the other way around because you can also invert the sentences. You can say you'll be less likely to have an accident, comma, if you keep your eyes on the road. So it's present plus future. In the second conditional, which is unreal, imaginary, if I had past tense, if there was past tense, if you had past tense, and then you use would, which is a hypothetical situation because we still don't have driverless cars. Yes? So in the second conditional, you use past plus would, or would plus past, because you can, as I said before, you can invert the order. We're going to listen to conversation 9.5 again, please, and I want you to complete these sentences. Please listen to 9.5 again and complete the sentences, please. Do you have a pen, pencil?
Hey, Jason. What do you think of driverless cars?
I think they're a great idea, Elizabeth.
Really? Why?
I hate driving. It stresses me out. If I had a driverless car, I'd feel a lot more relaxed because I wouldn't have to worry about parking.
I guess that's true.
Also, if everyone had a driverless car, there'd be less traffic.
What do you mean?
Well, those cars have detection systems, so they can coordinate with each other and avoid creating traffic jams. We might not even need traffic lights in the future.
But have you considered the potential risks? If the software fails, it'll probably cause a car crash.
You know what, Elizabeth? I actually think there's a higher chance of human drivers becoming distracted and causing accidents. Let's face it, that happens all the time.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer to be in control of the car.
Okay, so we have here, if I, please everybody open your microphones. If I
Had.
If I had, in past, if I had a driverless car, what?
I feel.
I would feel, yes, I would feel a lot more relaxed because I
Wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have to worry. Yes, I wouldn't have to worry about parking. Yes, remember please the abbreviation of here, instead of I would feel, you say I'd feel. The abbreviation is I''D. I'd feel more relaxed because I wouldn't have to worry. Okay, do you have number 2, Felipe Gonzalez? Also, if everyone...
I have only the first, had.
Do you agree it's had, Hans?
Yes, I think
Yes.
it's had.
If everyone had a driverless car,
There would be.
there would be less traffic. There would be. Excellent. Okay, and number 3, if the software fails in present, so you know that it's in present, now you have to use future here. If the software fails, it'll probably it'll probably cause a car crash. Yes? Okay, so please, I was saying that I would, the abbreviation is I'd. Yes? I'd, or she would, she'd. Yes? Do you have all, Martin? Where is Martin? Martin. Did you write the correct answers, Martin? For example, in number 1, you say, if I had, and then it says here, I feel. Yes?
Yes.
And then, what is the next one?
I wouldn't need to worry. No, I have to worry.
I
Yes,
wouldn't
I
have. I wouldn't have.
I
Yeah.
need to work, but I have to work.
Yes. Okay. And then you have, then as Felipe said, number 2 is had. And then there would be.
There would be.
There would be less traffic. No, no will, it's would. Look at the
Would.
chat. Look at the chat.
There would be less traffic.
There would be. Yes, there would be less traffic. And number 3, you have if the software fails.
It will be. It will probably cause a car crash. It will probably cause a car crash.
Yeah, but what is the pronunciation of this? No, it's it'll. I'm sorry. I forgot the T. It'll probably cause it'll.
It'll.
Yes, that's right. Okay. What I want you to do, guys, is to do exercise E. Match the 2 parts of the sentences. Camilo Galarce, do you know number 1?
Service. If more people had driverless cars, for structure, can be cities will need to be redesigned.
Redesigned. Let's see. Okay, let's see and let's do it together, Camilo. If driverless cars became more popular,
If driverless cars become more popular, there would be fewer traffic accidents.
okay, let's see. People will be more likely to buy driverless cars.
People will be more likely to buy driverless cars. And if costs come down.
And driverless cars would be safer.
If they were equipped with better sensors.
Do you agree with Camilo, Felipe, Seba, Diego, Hans? Number 1.
I'm not sure about number 1.
Number 1 would be there would be fewer accidents, if I'm not wrong.
You think that this one is with the accidents, and this one more popular?
If cause
with
no,
the redesign of the city.
cities will need
will need to be redesigned.
Okay, yes. And people will be likely to buy if cost, okay, this is okay. The cost with buy, yes. And this one, safer if
they were quick. That was correct.
With better sensors, yes. Because here you don't have if, so you have to continue with if. So is this one or this one, right? So if they were equipped with better sensors, yes. Okay, so we changed Camilo a little bit. So number 1, can you tell me number 1 again? If more people had
driverless cars, there would be fewer traffic accidents.
Yes.
2, if driverless cars become more popular, cities will need to be redesigned.
Good. Okay, so here we have a driverless bot from a transportation company in the United Kingdom. What do you think about this? A driverless pod. It's called a pod.
It's kind of strange. I think a pod is like a module, something like that.
Yes, that's right. And the company that creates this is called a private driving service, Lyft, is planning to have an all driverless car fleet. You know the word fleet? Similar to Spanish, flota, by 2020. Okay, so please, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do this exercise in pairs, or in groups of 3, sorry. We are going to work in 2 rooms, and I want you to do this. It will take 3 minutes probably. Only that. Okay, Hans, room 2, and Felipe, go to room 2. Yes, please do this together without my help. Exercise 9.7, please. Okay, did you have time to finish? Seba? Camilo?
Almost, yes.
Okay, so what do you have here? If it
achieves
this goal, if driverless car technology
would be
Where? Was?
If driverless cars was successful, taxi companies like Lyft
would be
able. So here you have to use past, and here would be.
Means why is it? I don't know where.
Because when you use would, you use past tense.
No, where? I mean.
You can use was or were. Now the two are accepted. If driverless cars technology were successful, taxi companies like Lyft would be able. Or if driverless cars technology was or were is accepted today. But in books, linguistics say that we have to use only were. Diego. Okay. Diego, are you there? Do you understand? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so Lyft will first test its vehicles in the United States. If customers use the service during the test period, they
will be,
because it's use present will be offered a choice. However, for safety reasons, Lyft
will have,
yes, in the future, will have. Okay, look at this, Diego. I'm going to explain the grammar now. Okay, so here you have the conditionals. Today, we are going to focus on first and second conditional. This is unit number 9. But you also need to know that you use the zero conditional when you use present plus present. It's the typical example. Water, if water, what is this, the example? Well, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to use these examples. If you stand in the rain, you get wet. If you heat ice, it melts. If you heat ice. So the zero conditional is present plus present, and they are scientific facts or generally true sentences. Yes? Okay. So if water, for example, if water boils, it is 100 degrees. So present. But today we're going to see these two. I told you before, and I wrote in the chat, that the first condition is a situation that is possible, that is real. Yes, it's a factual situation. A possible situation in the future, predicting a likely result in the future. So here it's obligatory to use present and then will, or going to, or might, or may, yes? So here you are supposed to use an auxiliary in future, not only will. You can use might, you can use going to, for example. If it rains, we will cancel the trip. If you study, you will pass the exam. So this is a real situation because you are studying. And this is a real situation because probably the sky is cloudy. Yes, so you know that it's going to rain. The second conditional is, as I said before, is imaginary, is hypothetical, is an unreal situation. And the typical example is, if I were a millionaire, I would buy a penthouse. If I were a millionaire, if I won the lottery, Felipe, I would travel a lot. Yes? If they sold their house, they would be rich. But this is not real because they haven't sold the house and they haven't won the lottery. And it's obligatory that you use past tense, guys. Camilo, won, sold, and then would. Yes, so this is the grammar, and this chart is in your course plans. Okay, so let's see what we have here in these exercises. You have here, it says the first conditional is if plus present and future. You can also use may, can, or the imperative. The second conditional, you use past simple, and also you can use could, might, and would. But normally it's would. So how do you identify this? For example, if you see here will, you know that you have to use here present because you have will. But if you have here, for example, all of these examples are in future. Okay, but here, if you have would, you know that you have to use past tense. It's as simple as that. If I were you, I would go to the doctor. The verb here is. If the children are happy, no, the children are happy if their mother allows them to go to the party. If I win the lottery, you say I buy because it's present and you have here will, sorry. I will buy, yes?
Children will be happy if they're...
Okay, yes, the children will be happy, yeah, because you have the use of will. Okay, so what about number 4 here? My mother will be angry if I... Please, free participation, open your microphones.
I come.
If I can, yes.
If it
doesn't rain?
Doesn't rain?
If it doesn't rain, okay, here is can. Can is also used, you can use can or you can use future simple, yes?
If you see.
If you see.
Please tell him, because you can also use the imperative. Imperative is an order, it's a soft order. So if you see Tom, please tell him to call me. If Jane
Passes.
Passes.
Yes.
Will she come?
Will she come?
Will she come if you ask her? Yes.
Works.
If Andrew works hard.
We may go to the beach.
Yes, Diego. Is we may go to the beach. May is also future or might. Yes. Okay. Fill in the gaps with the right form of the verbs, and here you have past tense. If I were you, I would go to the doctor. If Mary had
insurance,
she
wouldn't have to.
Wouldn't have to.
Wouldn't have to pay for the damage of the car. If Scott
Knew
the answer.
Would look.
If Mary was my clothes, she...
If Mary wore past tense, would.
Would you go? Would you go?
Would you go to his party if he invited you? Yes.
You would
ate. Yes, you would. You will get fatter if you ate. What is this word, cubes, every day? What is cubes? Do you know, guys?
I think it's chips.
No.
Maybe it was misspelled.
Okay. No problem. Thank you. Okay.
Had.
If you had more time.
If you had, because it's would. Had, past tense, would, past.
Hadn't.
Drive.
Hadn't driven?
Didn't drive. He didn't drive.
He didn't.
Yeah, no, we're not using hands that's so advanced. Wait a minute for that, okay? If he didn't drive so carefully, I would trust him to give me a lift.
Found.
If we found the past tense tickets, we will go to the concert. If Jessica
Wouldn't be.
Jessica
Wouldn't be.
wouldn't be angry if you told her the truth. Yes? So this is, guys, this is what we are going to perfectionate. Yes, it's perfectionate this time because we saw this, but it was really fast, okay, in the past. So now we're going to do this in a deeper way and we will continue practicing next class, okay? The past, the conditional sentences. Next class, you have homework. Yes, Anna was asking me about the homework. Is she helping you to do the homework?
No, because the homework is not in the book.
That's why, because I sent the photographs. Yes. I sent the photographs to her yesterday and I sent her the answers and the pages. So, that's why.
She asked me if I had the pages because she couldn't find it, and I told her that I didn't have them in the book that you sent.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird because I included all the pages, but I sent the photographs to her, but I will take better. I will take better photographs because the ones that I thought that it was an emergency and I just pick up my telephone and I took the photographs and I sent. I thought that she needed those pages for her assistantship. So that's why I sent the pictures fast. But I'm going to send, better photographs to you guys, okay? For you to do the homework for next class, which is pages 88, 89, and 91. Yes? Yes?
Yes, miss.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Miss? The first conditional is put the if the verb in present and will it's so it possible use might and what is what for the future I mean,
well, may, okay, may is considered future simple and may is replaced by might when you use past simple, but you can also use might here because may and might are considered future. But grammatically speaking, and according to the books, might replaces may when you use the past simple.
Yeah.
But it's not so strict. Don't worry so much about that. It's not so strict. But yeah, the linguistics say that may is with present and might is with past tense. But it's not so rigid, okay? So don't worry that much about that. Okay, thank you so much for your attendance, guys, and see you next Monday. Yes, or no, or vacations?
Vacation.
Next week is holidays.
Vacation! Oh my gosh, yes, you're right. I am. You know that I work in 2 universities and I'm kind of lost sometimes. Sometimes I don't know. Okay, let me see. Yes, you have vacations, Monday and Wednesday. And then we have the plebiscitum. And on Monday, we will have the answer, guys. Oh my gosh. En la Andrés Bello dieron las vacaciones después del plebiscito. Yo creo que deberían haber hecho lo mismo acá porque vamos a estar todos nerviosos, ¿no? O sea, para ustedes no tanto, pero para nosotros que ya estamos más viejos, como que nos jugamos la vida con esta cuestión. Así que bueno, ahí vamos a estar ya. Okay, so happy vacations, guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'm also going to sleep late because I'm tired. Believe me that I'm tired. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, see you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.